Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about my anxiety. It's a video I've wanted to do for quite some time, but every time I try and do it, it's like, I just can't. So I have had anxiety since I was about 9, I realized. 9 or 10, somewhere around there is when it started. It wasn't severe as it is now, but I've kind of seen how things like progress. Back then I did not know what it was. I had no clue what it was until I was almost 16. I think it was 16 or 17 is when they like kind of said, okay, you have this, take this. But yeah, so let me go back a little bit. How I realized, like when I was younger, I kind of figured out that I had anxiety way back then. It was very much social. If you read the description of anxiety, it is like a mental disorder. Yes, it is. But sometimes you can't control it, and you wish it could. I wish for one day I could be normal. I don't wish this upon anyone, ever. But the way I figured it out, when I was about 9, 10, I couldn't really... I don't know, I felt like I wasn't normal. I was getting picked on for a lot of things. I just felt like I needed to push myself aside from the group. I wasn't, normal. Which, no one should feel normal, but they should at least, I don't know, it's just such a weird feeling, and if you don't have it and don't know, it's like you should push yourself away from the group and just be there. It's not really, I feel like my anxiety has never really dealt with depression, except for like there's rare forms where I feel like depressed for a few days and then I kind of pick myself back up. But yeah, like the first symptoms that I had of anxiety were triggered a lot by like social events, big events, places where I met new people, new environments, things like that. Like when you're in like clubs and associations and like different things like that. You go new places and that's like the first thing. It's like you just have that fear and that nervousness, and that's what anxiety is in a nutshell. And like the symptoms that become from it are crazy. Like you feel like you're dying sometimes, or you feel completely sick to your stomach. Like some of my symptoms are my heart races, I feel sick to my stomach, I have like the driest mouth on earth, like I feel like I'm gagging all the time. I've had breathing problems because of it. You're so nervous from it. Like I'll start shaking and I'll be like in a cold sweat. Like I'll start like warm and then I'll just like whew, like my body, it's like my body basically has to shut down and restart itself. It goes through this process where it's like I can do it without even thinking about it. But it starts like just normal and I start to feel like sick slightly. My mouth gets really dry. I feel really like nauseous, and then like I'll start gagging, and I'll gag like usually it's around like 3 times. If that's too much TMI, my eyes will just start watering, and then like my body will slowly start calming itself down. Usually those can last anywhere, like they'll start like heightening usually about 15 minutes. Anything beyond that, like I consider a panic attack, which I've had maybe about a handful of times. Basically that's when I've had very, very hard troubles breathing. I've had such a bad one, like before they had to put me on an inhaler at one time because I was having problems breathing. No, anxiety is not going to kill me, but it still freaks me out that, like, what happened. It was a lot of things at once, and yeah. So a lot of my triggers are social, environmental, like being around people. I have so many stories, and there's a lot to my anxiety, but I don't want to talk about them in this video. But anytime I go out somewhere, like driving places more than like a couple minutes away is another thing. Going out, like I feel like I'm so overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and it's just a lot. I mean, like there's safety in certain places where you feel like you're fine, but other places you're like, oh, okay. Or another thing is like waiting at like places, or like driving. Driving is a huge thing for me. Like the waiting to get to that destination, I will just like have a full-on anxiety attack. Like, it'll hit me like hard and it takes forever. Like, I'll feel like I'm gonna get completely sick. My body just like, ram! It just like explodes, and then it's like, gotta bring yourself back down. Like, anxiety is crazy because it kept me from a lot of things. I feel like I missed out on a lot of things in my life. It also like caused me to make a lot of different decisions. I don't know, like, my anxiety, I feel, has been caused on by a lot of events from my childhood and from like what has went on. One big one is I'm like afraid to get sick. Like, that is like one of my largest fears ever. I hate, like, I can deal with the cold, but vomiting is like, no. If someone vomits around me, I'm done. But I feel like if I get sick, like vomiting sick, like that is a huge thing, and I just like freak out over it. I'm doing everything possible. That's why I kind of have my, what I call my kit. I can't leave home without it. Basically water, any kind of mints. I love the little Listerine pocket packs because they help with like your, like, if you feel like your mouth is really dry, it helps produce like more saliva in the mouth. Yes, okay. Hard candy, very similar to that. Cough drops, those are kind of calming. I have a thing called Calm Drops. Those I order from Vitacost, and those kind of help, those kind of don't. I mean, it depends on your severity of it. There's rare occasions where they help. And then like dry toast, because I feel really sick a lot. Like, I will eat dry toast. And water basically are pretty much all I've done, and crackers and things like that to help me kind of feel better. Because once you go through that whole entire process, or you're going through it, you can stop it kind of. You don't have to go through it every time. Like, there are times when I start like getting myself anxious, and I'll kind of slowly try and back myself out of it and get calm. Long drives, I have to sit and listen to like calming music. Like, it wasn't even on purpose at first, but then like I had to get into it. There are so many like crazy situations that I've had to deal with, which are not the best. But if you guys want to hear more about my anxiety and like all my little stories and things like that and having to deal with it, leave a comment below. I want to hear about you guys. So yeah, I don't want to make this video super long. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about, there's a lot more to it, but that's all I feel like talking about right now, because it's kind of hard. Like, it's a huge topic for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for the love and support, and thanks. Bye.